What's crappening? What's crappening, mother truckers? Oh, look at my hair. It's all out of place here. What am I going to do? I'm going to leave it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it. Check this out. I don't think, and I'm sorry, it's dusty. I don't think I have shown this little beauty right here. I have a story about it. Maybe I'll tell it. This is a 1968 Gibson Les Paul Custom. The real deal. And you're gonna hate me for this, but in 1986 I bought it for $500. It's a true story. And you know what, I'll tell you what, maybe on the next one, if I have time at the end of this, I'll tell the story of it. But it's got a custom Seymour Duncan pickup in it, and when I say custom, it was literally made for me. I'll tell you that story too later. Again, let's see how long this goes. Okay, I got a few things I want to I have to say. Sometimes I don't want to say them, so I have to. But just what's put on my heart, you know, what I'm led to say. My post-editing team will probably take all those ums and ifs and the and ums, and they'll probably take all that out. Won't you guys? No? All right, never mind. So it's probably not happening. Here's what I want to give to you today. Let's keep the guitar in the shot, okay? This was one of the last guitars made in Kalamazoo, Michigan, before they closed the plant down. If you saw that on the back, I don't know if you saw it. I keep track of when I change my strings, and this poor little baby is in need of strings really bad. I'm just going to tell you that. So to give myself some kind of excuse as to why I'm playing awful, I just am. You have your good nights, you have your bad nights, but you're going to see it regardless. I'm not ashamed of it. It's okay. Check out the back of it. Has this baby been played? Oh yeah. This dude has seen more miles than most people that I know. I'm not even joking. I'm surprised it's actually not worse than that. Really, that's not bad. This thing has seen some battles. It's been right there with me for several years. Perspectives. So here's what happened. Here's what prompted this. My son, who is in his mid-20s, out there pretty much killing it. He is a fantastic drummer, and he's a pretty darn good guitar player, actually. I might take a little credit there. But something fun that he did, so that thing I played you right there at the first, that was an Angel Street song. And when I say Angel Street, some of you may not know, that was a band that an original band I played in Man, come on, Gary. Come on. It is what it is. That was an original band. I just saw how rough I looked. I swear, I just got out of the shower. I swear. You want to see? I'm naked from here down. You want to? No, no. Okay, all right. Anyways, it's not that kind of video. Got you though, didn't it? So, an original band called Angel Street. In the very early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. We went to California, and if you want to know more about that, hey, let me know. I'll be glad to share that info for you. Oh, I got something new too. Technical team. Where did y'all go? Technical support. Where did y'all go? And background crew. Where are they? They must be on lunch break. No, I'll get it, guys. That's okay. Look at the special effects team going to work right here. They didn't. Whoa! Special effects team killing it right now. I just really like the colors, and I had the lights laying around. I still play in a band, so I still have some of the stuff. Well, I have a lot of this stuff. But anyways, back to where I was going with this. It's already gone on too long. Perspectives. So my son came over, and that very song right there, it's called Strange Emotion. It's on my, I don't have it on here. It's on my personal page, Gary Avans, and if you can go on there, and I think maybe it's under live shows or something. But I lost all of my recordings. I won't get into that, but every recording I had of that, I lost it all. And a friend of mine sent me these. It's nothing more than it's not a mastered copy. It is literally the scratch tracks. But it sounds okay. It's alright. Anyways, the song is called Strange Emotion. And it starts off like with drum. Boom! So anyways, it's played way better than that because I could actually play it then. Now I can't even friggin' play it. I wrote it. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I haven't tried to play it in years. So anyways, my son comes over. And he's checking out a new guitar. I'll show that soon. After he got it all sticky and stuff. I don't know what he did, but he left the room with it. Anyways, I'm not letting him do that again. So he's checking his guitar out. He's sitting there playing, and he starts playing this riff. I was like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What is that? You don't recognize it, Dad? He's got a deeper voice than me. You don't recognize it? Play it again. Well, he plays it, and then it hit me. I was like, oh, okay. So you learned that. Well, he's been doing that a bunch, and that's pretty cool. He's been learning old Dad's songs, you know. So I was impressed. I said, dang, that's pretty good. I don't even think I can play that. I didn't try it. I didn't want to embarrass myself, even though I will. I'm not afraid to embarrass myself, but the dog wants in my lap. It's killing him. So, but what was cool was he played it, and he played it a little different than I wrote it. There was, and if again, at the end of this, I'll show you how to play that if you'd like to play it. It's a really fun riff. It's great finger exercises. I don't care whether you like the song or not. It's for guitar. It's really hard to play, and for me it is. For some of y'all, it probably isn't. But it's kind of fun. It's just a fun riff. It's a very George Lynch-ish kind of thing, and maybe that was at a time I was into him, but well, still am. So anyway, so he plays it, and he plays it different, but it still sounded cool. It sounded a little different, but it was cool. I said, man, that's pretty cool how he did that. Same thing, and not really knowing how I played it, but he picked it up and played it in his own way, and it really got me thinking the way people look at things. Your perspective. You need to understand something. Your expectation of things will affect how you act towards that situation. Your perspective on things will deeply color the way you see things. You may not be seeing them exactly they really are meant to be. Don't ever forget, man. You can go deep into the rabbit hole here with conspiracy stuff and what we're truly seeing, what we really see. That whole dress thing that came out a long time ago, the whole white and gold and black and whatever it was, you know what I'm talking about. Holy smokes. That caused arguments at people's houses, what color that dress was. Well, you see it how you see it. You can't help that. I saw it how I saw it, white and gold or whatever it was, white and blue. I don't remember. But I saw it, and then even my wife literally was like, "There's no way you're seeing that. Y'all are just effing with me." And I was like, "No, that's really how I see it." But that caused a big debate, on the internet. And people thought people were pulling each other's legs. No, man, you just saw it differently for whatever reason. Don't ever forget, man, don't ever forget that we all do not see situations the same way. We really don't. We really don't. So your perspective is just that. Your perspective. I'm going to prove it to you right now. This is one of my absolute favorite examples to use right here because it's so effective. Technical team, can we put a link right here? Can we do that? Yeah? Okay. Okay, cool. All right, technical team is going to, in post-op here, they're going to put a link right here. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. All right, there it is. Okay, there's the link right there. So, now, let me F you up right here. Watch this. So, you see this, clearly, a 6. I don't know if it's backwards, if this is going to come out backwards, or I don't know. But, right, we can see that's a 6. Okay? We can still see that it's a 6. Oh, big deal, Gary. What's the big deal? It's just a 6. Okay, but look how I see it. Look how I see it. You want to see it from my perspective? You already know where this is going, but I'm going to show it to you from my perspective, okay? I don't have to flip it upside down. I just got to turn it around facing you. That's how I was seeing it right there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. I'm watching you. So, you see where I'm going with that? It's the old, I better say 9-6 thing. Y'all know why. Don't get smart. Anyways, you can spray paint that on the ground, and me and you can argue about it for 30 minutes. I see a 9, you see a 6, and you're never going to believe me. Never. Why? It's not that you don't trust me. It's that, oh, look at his shirt. Shirt makes me laugh. Oh, good friend got it. Actually got this for me. It was funny. So it's not that you don't trust me, or not necessarily that you don't believe what I say. You may not believe me right at this moment. But until, and of course I'm going to say the same thing. Well, you're freaking nuts. I can see it clear as a bell. It's a dang 9, right? You guys, can you tell I'm from the South? I just heard myself talk. It is what it is. So, until I come over to where you're at, I'm not going to believe that you see a 6. Never. Never. I may kind of take it into consideration that you have a distorted view of things, a bit of a convoluted way of looking at things. I don't know, is that the right use of that word? I don't know. I might have to consult my friend Joe. He's really good with words. I've watched some of his videos. Joe Cater, make sure you check him out, man. He's doing fantastic. I love listening to his stuff. He's a good wordsmith too, way better than me. But do you understand what I'm saying? I may still say that. You got an effed up way of looking at things. But until I walk over to where you're at, I'm just not gonna see it the way you see it. And then once I do, and then let's switch places. And then once we do that, you're gonna go, oh, shoot. Okay, that is a 9. That is a 9. I see now. And it's gonna F up your whole world. You see what I'm saying? So perspective is everything. Here's the thing, what I'm getting at is Your perspective is not the end all be all. It's not. It's not. Learn to step outside of the box. Learn to step back a little bit. Whatever's happened in your life, whatever situation you're dealing with, learn to accept that maybe somewhere along the line you saw things in a distorted manner or in a different manner that made you think of things in a certain way. And because you were thinking of things in a certain way, you reacted a certain way. Right? You following me? So maybe, and you're in this situation now, you're in under these circumstances, you might be able to look back and go, well, crap, I see now how I got here. I get it. I see how I got here. That's so important. That's so important. And it's okay to be wrong. It's okay. Doesn't mean that you are. I'm not saying that you are, but accept that there's a chance, okay? Accept that there's a chance that maybe you're not wrong, but the direction that both of you, and I'm just talking about two people here, or maybe you in a situation, were going, at some point you veered off just a little bit. Now, I can't even give you an example of that. But if we're paralleling right here, okay, and I veer off just a bit, it's not that far. It's not that far. It's not that far. It's getting a little farther. Imagine that over 6 months' time, okay? It's out there, and you're nowhere even going in the same direction. You're not even seeing the same things anymore. That's what I'm talking about. So perception and how you perceive things will control how you react to things. I just said today, expectation is a road to disappointment, and expectation falls in there too. I don't like just seeing me. I like seeing the guitar in there. So I'm just saying, be aware of it, okay? Be careful how you see things, but more importantly, how you react to what you see or what you think you see. I can't stress that enough. I've got myself in trouble with it. People I know got in trouble with it. I've gotten in trouble with other people. They've gotten in trouble with me. They've blah, blah, blah. And then finally, when you sit down and go, oh, well, I never really looked at it that way. Well, I'm sorry you saw it that way. Here's what I meant, or whatever the case is. And I'm going to go to redirect for a second. And that's only because I was in conversation with a good friend of mine today. I consider him a really good friend, and something he said to me, I said, man, I have to get that out. I've talked a lot about redirecting your thoughts, reprogramming your brain a little bit. You know what? I want to talk about that more because that's one of my favorite things to talk about. I'm not an expert on it, but I figured a lot of cool stuff out. But we were just talking about something as simple as a conversation and just getting in the middle and redirecting the conversation without you really being, without it being noticeable that you're doing it. You know what I mean? So you're not really involving yourself in the events that are unfolding or the argument or the conversation, whatever it may be, but you can see that it's going nowhere. You can see that people are just spinning wheels. It's going nowhere good. So why not, maybe step in and redirect it. It's not that it's unresolved issues or nothing, or maybe it is, but maybe right now ain't the time because tensions are getting heavy. Whatever the case may be, hey, don't ever be afraid to just step in and go, did you guys see the the meteor shower the other night, or I don't know, whatever you choose to put in there. I mean, make it truthful, of course, be who you are, but sometimes people need that, and they'll appreciate it, and you will too. It'll save your day too. Let me show you how I did this real quick, and I want to show you something else. So I've had I normally play like this too, so this really kind of F's me up to have the neck hanging low. But I've had a few people ask me how I get my solo notes so clean. Well, number one, I really don't. I really don't. I'm still getting back in the groove and still trying to play, and I'm still figuring stuff out too. But I can show you one cool thing that has always kind of worked for me. I don't think I could take credit for it, but I don't know who taught this to me. But when I'm playing fast or slow or whatever, and maybe I've said this before, but you know how you rest your palm on the bridge back here to do chunking notes? So you get that chunk in there. Well, that's really similar to what I do with my solo stuff. Now, a lot of people will put a tie right here, or a hairband right here, or a rubber band, or whatever, and there's no question that helps. I've never done it, but I probably should, as sloppy as I've heard myself play. But I do that a lot. I'll rest my hand on the bridge when I'm soloing. So now you might hear a little scratching like that, but most of the time the solo notes cover that up. So let me just give you I don't know what I'm going to play, but so, well, how do you keep all those other strings from ringing? You know, well, sometimes they just kind of do, but it kind of works out. Like, I don't mind it if they're ringing and it sounds kind of dirty and kind of nasty. I mean, I like that. But like, trying out a new patch on my pod. I'm kind of digging it so far, but so that's always been a big thing for me. So instead of getting, let me just, for example, if I don't do that, see what I mean? So that crap just rings all over the place. So it keeps it a little cleaner, even when we're down here. So you get the idea. That was a really not a great application, but you see what I'm saying. So, you know, man, I see that my pickup is a little bit low. Okay, I'll tell you the story real quick. If you're interested, cool, keep on going. If not, turn this crap off. So, very young age, 16 in 1986, and my buddy's working at a music store. He calls me and leaves a message, because that's the only way we could communicate. I get home, hear the message. He says, man, you got to get down here right now. This kid just traded in a pretty sweet guitar, Les Paul. At that time, it was just a Les Paul, for a BC Rich Warlock. And it was his grandfather's guitar. And the kid just wanted something more rock and roll. Because at that time, you know, it was kind of old folks' guitars, I guess. Les Pauls, you know, is how they were viewed by young people, until the 80s really kind of started banging. I don't know, I never saw it that way, but anyways, so I get on my motorcycle. It was all I had at the time, a 1986 Yamaha Virago. Thank you, I thank you. Bought that with my own money. Hello. So I rushed down to the music store, and sure enough, it's sitting there, $500. I'd already went to the bank. How much did I have? $535 in the bank. That was it. Took it all out. Went to the music store. He had this thing put aside, hidden, case and everything. I still got the case. I thought I had it sitting out. So I strapped that bad boy on my motorcycle and I took it home. $500. Pretty sweet. It's been through a lot, and it's a very sentimental piece for me. I lost it there for a while, and I got it back. My wife got it back for me. So pretty cool deal. What else did I say I was going to tell you about? I don't remember. But, the pickups. So when we went to California with the band Angel Street, Seymour Duncan, one of the reps, was at the show. So, hey man, I see you play Seymour Duncan's. That's cool, blah, blah, blah. What would you do, if you could have your own pickup? I told him exactly what I would do. The hertz, everything. The 600, a little bit of a boost in 630 hertz. The whole deal. And he was just impressed that I knew EQ that well, and that really what I would want out of a pickup. What else? That's really about it. Other than that, it's not as chunky as I would like, but I'd like a little fatter bottom end, a little 630 hertz boost. I knew that because all the sound guys that we dealt with. That's what they, when I go out front and hear it, that's what I could hear. So they built me 5 of them. Pretty cool. This is one of 2 that I have left. And that's it. I sold them in some guitars like a dummy. Just wasn't thinking. Anyways, I got more coming, so y'all stay tuned. Have a blessed day. And I hope this hits you somewhere. In a good way, you know what I mean. Thank you, technical team and post-edit team and special effects team. You're welcome. You're welcome. Cool guys and gals. All right, peace.